Geographically, the Havelland is the region around which the River Havel flows in a U-shape between Oranienburg to the northeast and Rhinow to the northwest. The northern boundary of the Havelland is formed by the River Rhin and the Rhine Canal. In the history of Brandenburg, the Havelland represents a historic region. In the heart of the Havelland is the county of the same name. In addition, the Havelland includes the south of Rheinland with the Rhine-Lach, the western part of Berlin-Spandau, parts of Potsdam, the town of Brandenburg and Der Havel, and several villages in the county of Potsdam-Mittelmark. The Tourist Association of Havelland has chosen a rather different boundary. It covers the county of Havelland, the town of Brandenburg and Der Havel, and the northern part of the county of Potsdam-Mittelmark, including communities south of the Havel River that belong to the region of Zouch. The writer Theodor Fontaine described the Havelland as well as the other landscapes of Brandenburg. In the ballad Herr von Ribbeck auf Ribbeck im Havelland, he helped to give this region special prominence, and his novel character Briest grew up here. The Havelland was also given its own volume of Fontaine's accounts of hiking across Brandenburg, the Wanderung and Durchmark Brandenburg countryside. Wide Erstromtal lowlands characterize the countryside of the Havelland. Plateaux rise above the general level of the land like islands, mostly formed from Ice Age ground moraines, but end moraines from the Saale and Weichsel glaciations also occur. The former were overlain to a greater or lesser extent by the advancing Weichselian ice sheet. The sandy, dry plateaus support arable farming as well as woodlands. The largest is the Nauen Plateau. North of it there are several morainic plateaux. Landchen. West of the bend in the Havel River is Landschollen. In the Erstromtaler either side of the Havel, north of the Nauen Plateau of the former marshlands of the Havelland, Lach and Rhine-Lach, separated from one another by the Lachern. South of the Nauen Plateau, the small morainic hills of the East Havel lowlands are divided by numerous lakes or Havelsees. From 1700 to the 1950s, large areas, especially in the north of the Havelland, were drained by canals. The western part of the region between Rhinow and Pritzig belongs to the West Havelland Nature Park. This contains the largest inland wetlands in Western Europe, the Lower Havel lowlands. Settlement. The Havelland is very sparsely populated. The larger towns developed by the crossings over the River Havel, Spandau, Potsdam, Brandenburg and Rhinow. Other central settlements in the Havelland are Rhinow, Premnitz, Nauen and Friesack. The town of Falkensee and its surrounding villages have grown rapidly. Economy and transport. Arable and cattle farming dominate large areas of the Havelland. Fruit and vegetable farming is also common, especially around Werder. Both are also processed into juices, as well as fruit and vegetable preserves. The Havel and the Havelsee lakes also provide a few fishermen with a livelihood. Tourism is playing an increasingly important role in the Havelland, which is viewed as one of the recreation areas for the metropolis of Berlin. On the edge of Berlin, in Westermark, a freight transport center has been established. In Oranienburg, the Markisch Exhibition and Leisure Center offers a venue for larger trade fairs and events. A continuing problem for the Havelland is transport communication. On the one hand, the Havel is an important waterway, especially between Brandenburg and Oranienburg. On the other, its lakes and the large wetland areas form an obstacle to roads and railways. The most important roads are the B5 Federal Highway from Berlin via Nauen towards Hamburg, from which the B188 to Rhinow branches. North-south routes of the B102 from Brandenburg via Rhinow to Rhinow, and in the east, the Berlin Ring motorway, the A10. From Spandau, 2 railway lines carry high-speed trains through the Havelland. These are the Berlin-Hamburg line via Nauen and the Lehrter Railway via Rothenau. In the west, the Brandenburg Stadtbahn links Brandenburg and Rothenau. In the east, the Berlin Outer Ring grazes the region.